A Zimbabwe military general, while they were at Chief Nema's homestead, that is Major General Dafumane, has actually conquered the long-held suspicion that ZANU PF has been only solely recruiting only ZANU PF members. He confessed that they are doing so within the military. They are also equally doing so within also the Zimbabwe Republic Police. And definitely they cannot fail to do so also within the Central Intelligence Organization and other state apparatus. He spoke boldly about this to the amazement of numerous people who were actually gathered in that particular event. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, a Zimbabwe Army Chief, that is the Major General Walter Tafumane, openly declared that when they recruit military units in Zimbabwe, they do a verification check to check whether the individual is coming from a family that supports ZANU PF. So he said they deliberately actually do not recruit individuals who are coming from families that support opposition political parties. I don't know how they do so, but this is a very, very bad culture. So in simple terms, what he was saying was that the soldiers of Zimbabwe, all members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, they are ZANU PF members. I think that is not good for the country. I mean, it is done on, I mean, it should be emphasized that patriotism is not carrying a card for ZANU PF. Patriotism should not be defined in that way for any country. Patriotism should be, I mean, someone who loves his country, be it in the opposition, be it also in the ruling political party, not system that this man claimed they are doing. Yeah, so the story is everywhere. So it says, let me read actually from where I got this from. It says the Zimbabwe National Army recruitment policies have come under sharp scrutiny following remarks by Major General Walter Tafumane, who openly declared that opposition supporters are systematically excluded from enlistment, with preference given to families aligned with the ruling ZANU PF party. Speaking during the ZNA Masvingo Province Traditional Leaders Day at Chief Nema's homestead, Major General Dafumane revealed that political affiliation forms part of vetting process for the new recruits. We conduct, this is him speaking, saying we conduct checks to determine if your family support Musangano, and in bracket that is ZANU PF, or is among the lost opposition. So in opposition, if you are a member of opposition, the government of Zimbabwe regard you as the lost. The ruling party led by President Mnangagwa is ZANU PF. If you flock with the lost, you will be recruited. You will be recruited when they come into power, he said. The senior officer defended the practice using a metaphor, likening opposition supporters to a neighbor's dog that could betray their hunting party. So the ruling government is led by President Mnangagwa's ZANU PF party. So it's actually a very, very scary statement coming from a general from the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. In fact, he is actually testifying of what they do, that they check whether you are ZANU PF, and they do a verification check. They check whether your family members are card carrying. The entrance into the military, you have to be a card carrying member of ZANU PF. That is the practice that has been used since 1980. So all those social soldiers, all those police officers, all those members of the Central Intelligence Organization, what makes them to qualify to belong to these state institutions is actually producing forms that places you as a ZANU PF member. If you are, I mean, you are traced to be found from an opposition, I mean, your family is supporting opposition, then you are regarded as a lost individual. You are regarded as someone that cannot be trusted to be part of the military as well as other security apparatus. No wonder why the system is so, I mean, chaotic, and the system is so biased, especially against members of the opposition. So that is how ZANU PF works. This actually should not surprise people, because I think I have long explained, even the joke that I mean the war vets are part of, the military is part of, the CIO is part of, and the ZRP, it is chaired by the Zimbabwe Republic Police. Now, these individuals meet every week and they check political cases. They determine who should, I mean, how many days should you stay in prison if you are a member of the opposition, or if you have done wrong to Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. For example, Wotam Zembe's fate was discussed by this group of people. And all of these individuals, they are ZANU PF members. So this is how rotten the political system of Zimbabwe is. So if you are part of the opposition, the system systematically alienates you. You are systematically I mean, put outside these state institutions. It will be very difficult for you to be recruited within the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. So all those members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces are ZANU PF members. All the members of the police are ZANU PF members. That is why I remember them punishing that police officer who decided to attend the rally of Nelson Chamisa. And he made a bold statement that if opposition wants to actually recruit its members to the military, they have to be in power in order for them to do so. So this is a rotten system. And this is, you can see why Zimbabwe is not progressive. You can see why Zimbabwe it is where it is. It is because of this mentality of generals such as Dafumane. This country would never go anywhere as long as we have got such people with primitive thinking. It does not happen in democratic countries. I mean, to be incorporated into a military, you don't have to be, I mean, to be verified which party you belong to. And military personnel vote for their preferred political party, depending on, I think also something that has to be discussed boldly by the people of Zimbabwe is for the military to understand that it should not play a role in politics. The military in a normal country should actually defend the territorial integrity of a country, not to interfere within the political affairs. I mean, in order for someone to participate in politics, he has to resign and have no links within the military. And only politics should be done by civilians, and the military only defends the country when ordered by the civilian government to do so. That's how in a normal democratic country. But Zimbabwe is a military state, and with these things, they were doing it previously. They were of the nation, but now they are just speaking so boldly as if it's something so good. Sometimes I think lack of education and being just given for, I mean, these titles, generals, maybe someone was just bought a degree somewhere to be promoted. And if you look at, otherwise, a normal person should not be going to communities speaking such hogwash. It is purely hogwash. And, the truth has to be said to whoever, no matter who they are, when they go, when they come with bushy ideas, we have to tell them that this is a bushy idea. So that is why this country is where it is at the moment. It is because of this system. And it hasn't been working. I think these people should see, as much as they are boastful of such issues that proven that they cannot work. I mean, for how long has Zimbabwe been struggling? Since 1980, there is no progress that has been made. The only progress that they think they have made is visible to them, not to the people they claim to have actually fought war for. So this is why everything is not working. This is why our political system is what it is. And this is what people have to fight against. We need a government that will respect people. We need state institutions that will not have eyes to say because you chose to support a political ideology from the opposition, then you are alienated from joining state institution. That is so primitive. But what I know for a fact, they have been using that system. But we've got our brothers occupying big positions there somewhere. They managed to get those positions, and some of them we know they are not supporting this nonsense. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Some of these things, they make me very angry because I mean, how can a sane person boast about this? This is hogwash. I think that is the proper term to define such a statement. You can't be boasting to community members. What is it that is so special that they have made with such a system? Thank you very much. Let me sign off. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast as I give you